What's going on YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and today I want to do a quick comparison on the OnePlus 9 and the Google Pixel 6. Now, both of these devices have a very similar price. The Google Pixel 6, it did release at a price of $599, and that was the retail price. And when that did release for that price, well, that did cause OnePlus to really drop their price down a little bit. They put the OnePlus 9 on sale, and now we've seen these devices at very similar prices. Normally, both of them are at $599, at least at the time of making this video. And you may be wondering, which device is better? Which one should you buy and which one is better for your needs? Well, I'm going to do a quick comparison in this video, so let's get straight into it and let's get it going. So the OnePlus 9 is a very interesting device, and if you compare it to the Google Pixel 6, you're going to see they're very, very similar, and not only in price, but also in specs. If we look at these devices, they're both made of glass on the back. Now on the front of the phone, you're going to see that the camera is in a little bit of a different place. It's like a hole punch on the OnePlus 9, while the Google Pixel 6, they do have the camera in the middle of the screen, but there are not a lot of differences in the designs of these phones. The one big difference is really going to be the camera bump on the back, and the Google Pixel one is just all the way across, while the OnePlus phone looks a little more similar to something like the Galaxy S21. And both of these phones, they do have less cameras than, well, their superior counterparts. So the OnePlus 9 Pro, it does have more cameras, and if you do want to drop down to this OnePlus 9, well, you are going to get a little bit less, right? You're going to get these two lenses here and this small one here at the bottom, and you're going to have your flash. Now, if we go to the Google Pixel 6, you're going to see a similar trend because they do drop off one camera from the Google Pixel 6 Pro. That's one of the biggest differentiators between those two phones, right? So both of these phones are fantastic. They're great phones, and they're really just missing minor things from their superior counterparts. So that's why these two phones are great phones to buy in 2022 and beyond. You have a Snapdragon 888 in this OnePlus 9. The Google Pixel 6, it does have the Google Tensor processor, and both of those devices, in my opinion, they're going to be very, very similar in performance. Even if the benchmarks are a little bit different, you're going to find that they do perform on an average day-to-day basis very similarly. The battery life on these phones is very, very similar. You've got a 4,500 milliamp battery in the OnePlus 9, and in the Google Pixel 6, you do have a 4,614 milliamp battery. So they're very, very close in battery size. And if we look at the screen size, those things are very similar as well. We have a 6.55 inch screen in the OnePlus 9, and in the Google Pixel 6, we have a 6.4 inch screen. Both devices start out with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Technically, there is a 12 gigabyte of RAM version of the OnePlus 9, but you do have to pay more money to get it. And both of these devices start out with 128 gigabytes of storage. So these devices, they are very, very similar. Now, we do need to admit there are some minor differences in the specs between these two devices. For example, the Gorilla Glass is a little bit stronger on the back and the front of the Google Pixel 6. The OnePlus 9, on the other hand, it does have a better fingerprint reader. It is much more accurate than the fingerprint reader in the Google Pixel 6. The screen also gets brighter on the OnePlus 9. It gets up to 1100 nits of peak brightness, and you get 65 watt charging on the OnePlus 9, while you only get 30 watt charging on the Google Pixel 6. And the Google Pixel 6, it can share its power while the OnePlus 9 cannot, right? So there are all these really, really minor differences between the two. But the first thing we really need to acknowledge is that your average person isn't going to give a hoot about most of these differences. Like, you have 120 hertz on the screen on the OnePlus 9. The Google Pixel 6 has 90 hertz. It's not a huge difference. And the software is a little bit different on these devices as well. Both of these devices are also going to have Android 12. Technically speaking, as of making this video, they did pull the update for Android 12. For the OnePlus 9, it did have some bugs, but the Google Pixel 6 also had bugs on Android 12, and so did Samsung, and they also pulled their Android 12 update. They're just now re-releasing it. I'm sure OnePlus is going to re-release their Android 12 update very soon, if they haven't already by the time you watch this video. So you will see some minor differences. OnePlus, technically, their skin of Android is very, very similar to Google's anyway, so there's not a ton of differences in my opinion. I think your average person, and I think in the end for your average person, you just need to buy what's right for you. Google is going to have a lot of amazing software features. You're going to have the thing where you can wait on hold. It will wait on hold for you and notify you when you need to come back. It's going to have all of those fantastic software features that Google normally has with their phones, and I'm sure they're going to get their software right. I know they've had a lot of bugs in the past few months, but I'm sure they are going to improve those things. OnePlus, well, they're not as known for their software. In fact, they are more known for software bugs as of late. But the OnePlus 9, in my experience, has no bugs. It's working very, very well. So when I ran through all these specs, and if you were listening, you probably noticed, again, these phones, well, some things are better on the OnePlus, some things are better on the Google Pixel. You have a better refresh rate on the OnePlus, you're gonna have similar battery performance, you're gonna have similar performance, right? So the one real key, the OnePlus does have better wired charging. You're gonna have 65 watts of fast charging, and that could be a really, really big deal to you. You're also gonna have a 120 hertz screen, while the Google Pixel 6 only has a 90 hertz screen. And you're gonna get a brighter screen on the OnePlus as well. Those are really big pros. While the Google Pixel 6, well, it's gonna have a worse fingerprint sensor, so that is a big win for the OnePlus, but you're gonna look at the software and say, man, Google has amazing software. They have all these extra software features. That's a big bonus for the Google Pixel 6. The cameras are also a little bit better on the Google Pixel 6. I would argue they are some of the best cameras out of any smartphone, right? So if you think about that, you're gonna get one step up in cameras, but one step down as far as the refresh rate and the screen. You're gonna get one step up on the Google Pixel as far as software, but one step down as far as wired charging, right? So it is really a 50-50 decision in this comparison, and I just wanted to make this video to let you know how similar these phones were, how similar in price they are, but for a lot of people, they would prefer those Google Pixel 6 features. I mean, you get the magic eraser on the camera. I've taken a lot of goofy pictures. I've even taken thumbnails on YouTube where I had a piece of dust somewhere, and then I could use the magic eraser to get rid of it. There's all types of great software features that the Google Pixel 6 offers that the OnePlus phone does not. So these are very, very neck and neck. And honestly, if I'm telling you which one is best for you, I can't really tell you that. You just have to watch this video and think to yourself, okay, these phones are both water resistant. They both have great cameras, but the Google Pixel has a little bit of a better camera. You get better software on the Google Pixel in the long run, I will say. But if you look at OnePlus, you're going to get that 120 hertz, and you're going to get faster charging and a more reliable fingerprint sensor. So that's really what it comes down to, and you have to look at those things and decide what phone is best for you. So I hope you like this video. I hope it helped you to make a decision. Feel free to give me a like to this video. Give me a sub to my channel as well. That does help me out. And also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/digestandroid. And if you get any more time as well, why don't you check the links in the description? That does help to support my channel. Even if you don't buy those items, you could buy something else from those websites. And hey, that does still support me. And also check out some other videos if you get any more time. So thank you all so much, and I hope you all enjoy your phones and enjoy this season of life.